This question was asked by MIT 2022, and this is question number 6. Now here we have cos of this. So this is the angle for this cos. We have cos of A plus B is equals to cos A cos B, which is plus then minus sine of A sine B. So let's apply this formula over here. This equals to integral limit is from 0 to pi cos A cos B means cos of x. You consider this is A and this is B. So cos x into cos of cos x minus sine of A means sine of x into sine of B means sine of cos of x into dx. So let's substitute u equals to pi minus x, then my dv equals to minus dx. What about limits? When x tends to 0, then u tends to pi. Or about x tends to pi. When x tends to pi, pi minus pi is 0. Therefore, u tends to 0. Therefore, this limit is from 0 to pi become pi to 0. And then u, what is x? From here, x equals to pi minus u. So therefore this integral becomes 0 to pi become pi to 0, and then cos of x means pi minus u, and then cos of pi minus u minus sine of pi minus u, and then sine of cos of pi minus u. And what is dx? Dx is my minus du. So minus du. Okay. Now this minus I can for this minus I will change the limit from pi to 0 become 0 to pi. Now what is cos of pi minus u? Okay, and then what is sine of pi minus u? Here we have ASTC rule. ASTC rule means what? Here all sine, tan, cos. Now here this is first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Now this what? Pi. Okay, so pi minus u is here, pi plus u is here. What we have? We have is sine of, say, pi minus u. Pi minus u sine will go to sine. Since it is second quadrant is what? Term positive. Therefore, it will be sine u plus sine u. What about cos of pi minus u? Here in this, pi minus u lies here. Okay, in this second quadrant. So cos will become minus because in this quadrant sine is positive. Since it is multiple of pi, cos will go to, therefore here we have cos of u. So is equals to, limit is from 0 to pi. Okay, what is cos of pi minus u? What is cos of pi minus u is minus cos u. Here minus cos of u. And here we have cos of pi minus u is minus cos u. Okay, and then we know that cos of minus theta is become cos theta. Okay, so if it is minus, so it doesn't have any problem. Therefore cos of u minus sin pi minus u is sin u into sin of cos of pi minus u. But we have sin of minus theta equals to minus sin theta. Okay, now here what we will get is u, right? Cos of pi minus u means what? Minus cos u. And then here we have minus, okay, sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. So here we have plus minus plus sin of cos u whole du. Let's call this is I. Okay, and this is called equation number 2. The previous one was, remember, what we have was 0. So our previous one was this. Okay, so this was equation number 1. Now integral of a to b f of x dx is same as integral of a to b f of y dy. Okay, this area is same as this area. So now if you consider for time being, instead of u you consider t. Okay, if you consider some variable t over here, this t, you consider everything into t. Here t, here also t, here dt. Similarly, we consider some variable cos of t, here t, here t, here t, t. Okay. Now, if I add these two, adding, we have twice I on the left hand side is equals to, now this and this gets cancelled. Okay, this term and this term get cancelled, this term and this term get cancelled. We have 0. Okay, so therefore I equals to 0. So it is the required answer.